How's it going, everyone? Hope you've had a nice holiday. I've just watched the latest episode of Yugioh VRAINS, episode 33, and it was an enjoyable episode. It didn't progress the plot too much since it was kind of a duel-focused episode, but we get a little bit more of the Ghost Girl versus Spectre duel, and we actually get to see what Spectre plays now, and it's kind of like a life point control deck, where he's able to sort of increase his life points to try and keep them high, and he's able to protect his own life points by sort of halving battle damage and things like that. Now, we get a couple parallels made between Ghost Girl and Spectre in this episode. Spectre starts to talk about Ghost Girl's past, or should we just call it Aoi, and sort of saying how that you were born, parents died, you were very sad, luckily you had a brother that looked out for you. That is your weakness, by the way, your brother, that's your big weakness. And by the end of this duel, I'll have exploited those weaknesses. He says something along them lines. So I think he knows that Zyzen is going to come try and save Blue Angel, and he's going to use him as leverage or something. I'm not too sure what he's going to do just yet, but I think Zyzen's going to get involved somehow, because we know that he knows this duel is going on. But the big parallel is when he starts talking about Aoi's sort of book. She based her Blue Angel persona on a book that she read when she was a child, coincidentally called Blue Angel. You could have called your name a little bit differently, but fair enough if that's your idol or your what you base yourself on, that's fine. But the story was about a angel that didn't fit in with anyone, so she was very sad. She made blue tears, and then eventually she started working together with other ones, and then she made friends, and then she still cried blue tears when she vanquished enemies. It was something along them lines. Can't remember it exactly, but that's basically the way the story went. The big parallel you get between Spectre and Ghost Girl, though, is allegedly Spectre has also sort of gone through a similar past. He's never had anyone in his life that sort of cared about him, but because Aoi had her brother, that's how she became who she is today, whereas Spectre didn't, so that's how we sort of become on this route to corruption. This is kind of how their lives kind of went separate ways. Perhaps if Aoi wasn't like given the same benefits that she was given now, she might have gone down this same path and been the Dark Angel, I don't know. Spectre's deck is interesting, and it has a really interesting name. It's the Absolutely Invincible Defense. Not to be confused with the Invincible Fortress deck that you used to play back in the day with like Exod, Master of the Guard and all that with the flip effects. This one is all about life point control. And it's very strange because he gets like the link monsters that point down, and he'll get another link monster that points back up to it, so that's kind of how that works. Now, Spectre actually played a particularly powerful trap card called, I think, Sun Burial, but his ability was when you activate Sun Burial, it can choose a face down card. If it's a trap card, remove all of the same cards from the deck. And because he uses this against Trickstar Reincarnation, not only does it stop Trickstar Reincarnation from doing him a lot of damage, it also gets rid of all the other ones. So that's kind of something that I would like to see in the real world. I mean, if you use that against the Trickstar deck, that is very powerful. But there's some other trap cards that you could probably use that against, like Burying Mirror Force and all that. So, or Solemn Warning, any of them would have been really good. But yeah, is that card in the real life, or is it coming in real life? Let me know. There's a moment in this duel, which you see it sometimes in some other episodes, but it was most prevalent here, where Aoi's sort of going through what she's going to do. So I'm going to set this card face down, I'm going to summon this monster, and then when it's his turn, I'm going to activate this card, it's going to do loads of damage, I'm going to trigger this other ability. As soon as anybody starts doing that in a Yu-Gi-Oh series, you know for a fact that it's going to get completely ruined, because they're just showing you what they could have done before it gets absolutely wrecked. And of course, as soon as she ends a turn, he activates his trap card, which gets rid of her trap card. So yeah, I kind of called that. The episode ends on a bit of a cliffhanger. Spectre's throwing all this shade at Blue Angel, like sort of do some really low blows for being completely honest, saying like about how her parents are dead and how she's always been alone. So he's trying to like work her down, and to sort of top it all off, he destroys her Holy Angel card and then takes it for himself and attacks her with her own ace monster. However, if the preview for the next episode is anything to go by, I think that we're going to see some new Trickstar Link monsters, which I'm looking forward to seeing, because the Trickstars need some more stuff in the anime series. She's only been really going for Holy Angel as a Link monster, so I would like to see some more. There's nothing really much more to say about Go and Playmaker at the moment. Go is heading towards the big spire. Playmaker has been saving, well, he saved a little kid that was dressed up as him. It's kind of like one of those Spider-Man moments when the little kid was dressed as Spider-Man and Spider-Man comes and saves him. It's kind of like that. I think there's originally 6 hours until the tower is complete and the big EMP goes out, but now there's about 5.5 hours, so we've had 30 minutes of time go past, which is actually quite fitting since it's been a whole episode, so by that logic, maybe, we've got a couple more episodes, whatever 5.5 hours in terms of half an hour is. 11 hours. No, 11 episodes apparently until the EMP goes off. Let's see if that's true. We'll see. But overall, the episode was good. Enjoyed it. Probably going to get the conclusion to the next episode. I still think Blue Angel might lose. I'm not too sure anymore, actually, because Spectre seems like a big character. It doesn't seem like he should be losing just yet. So maybe something nefarious will happen where Blue Angel would win, but he manipulates the situation into him winning. I don't know. I would like to know what you think. Who do you think is going to come out of this duel as the victor? Let me know in the comment section below. But other than that, guys, I want to say thank you very much for watching, and have a happy new year. Bye.